Hi, Prema here. We have a amazing new moon on July 9th. This is a time for renewed clarity. It's actually the Star of Renewal. It's time for us to see where the path is going. It's been a turbulent time with the eclipses and such last month, and the dust is settling, the light is coming on. That anxiousness is going to start to dissolve as clarity drops in, because clarity is power. And this is a very auspicious energy to start making decisions, to be able to see what is next, to aim for your soul goals and actually hit them. So this and much, much more about the other energy this month coming right up. If this subject is resonating for you, I would so appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Prema Gurreri, Vedic Astrologer, consciousness coach, and creator of Your Sacred Wealth Code. And I'm super passionate about helping you to live and create your life and your business from the inside out, soul sourced, from your soul down to the soles of your feet. So this is an amazing new moon, as I said, and it is happening in Gemini in Vedic astrology, the sidereal zodiac. It is on the 9th, and it's in the nakshatra of Punarvasu. Now, this is happening in Gemini. Gemini is that place of curiosity and exploration. It's a place where we like to travel and try new things, and we want to communicate a lot about it. It's a very intellectual, perceptual placement. And this is a support in, we want to try new things. We want to take new paths and traveling. And I know with, lockdown being, relaxed in some areas, people are getting out more, and that's feeling really good for people to be able to get out and take a new direction. But that new direction isn't just for where we're going next. It's for where we're going next. We've come through these eclipses, and these eclipses have stirred things up last month. And I'm sure you have felt, like I have felt, there's been anxiousness, there's been that lack of clarity, but also like this inner pressure, like I should know where I'm going now. I should know what I'm doing next in my career, in my business, in my life, in that relationship. But the truth is that the path hasn't been clear yet, because it's like one of those snow globes that you get at Christmas time, and it's all shaken up and all the snow is slowly going down to the bottom of that globe. Well, it didn't settle yet, and it's just settling now. Mercury has just gone into Gemini, which is helping us get clear in our thoughts just as of July 7th. And on the 9th, with this auspicious new moon, it's bringing in the light that we need to, once all of that energy settles, the storm settles, then we get to see what the direction that we're taking. And interestingly enough, this lunar mansion comes right after, in the zodiac in Gemini, after Ardra, where it is a place of, it's a stormy nakshatra. So it really mirrors this moving from the eclipses and the storm into this place of light and clarity and grace, which Punarvasu brings. It is, again, the Star of Renewal. Punar actually means to do it again. It says that we always win at the second attempt. It's about recreating, reinventing with the reword, we're going to do it again. And on the second time, we're going to find our way. We're going to actually be able to hit the target. So second chances are a great thing. We learn a lot through the first time that the second time we can bypass a lot and make better choices on. Vastu, the other part of Punarvasu word, it translates into a ray of light. And those rays of light are the 8 deities that provide the foundation for cosmic and earthly manifestation, heaven and earth, and what we create here. So this is, again, a very auspicious placement. So I'm going to talk to you about how you can use that cosmic and earthly manifestation. So just give me a moment, because I want to talk about soul goals, because this really helps us to hit the target of our goals. But I want to talk about them in a little bit different way, so you can feel them from both the masculine and feminine side, and don't get stuck in just success or failure, because that doesn't really get us anywhere. The Star of Renewal, this is the Shakti, which is the energy. Shakti is that feminine aspect, that energy aspect, gives us, again, the power to start something new. So it may be a completely new direction. And I know I just said redo, but you might be redoing, maybe you're redoing a project, and because you get to start anew, you're going to, you're just kind of scrapping what you thought you were going to do, or you didn't really weren't into it. And now there's something else presenting itself that you really can start forward on. That might be learning something new. That might be creating something new in your business. That might be something new in your career. That might be something new as far as maybe a new exercise routine or a new diet you want to take on. We get this fresh start, and not just the opening for it, the clarity for it, but the energy for it. That's the Shakti piece of it. So what have you been called to start or to restart? Love to hear you put that in the comments below. I'd love to hear about that. What are you being called to start or restore? Or what are you questioning? Because it may not be 100% clear yet, but I promise you it is coming. That clarity is coming. Love to hear about that. So, and if you're wanting more clarity about, what is coming, how all of this is hitting you, you might want to get a reading with me. We really look at the transits happening now and the transits for the year. A link is down in the description below. Soul Success Map reading, and also a Sacred Wealth Code reading. We can hone in on your gifts, what you're meant to use, where you're meant to use that now. It's purpose and prosperity, the intersection of that. What is your soul calling to you as far as purpose and prosperity goes? Again, the link is in the description below. I'd love to give you that guidance on a personal level. So this is represented by a bow and arrow. And so the arrow takes the aim, the bow gives it the energy to get there. And this is us being able to align with, aim for would be sort of the masculine aspect, align with our soul goals. So think of soul goals this way. The more feminine energy of it, it's the masculine and feminine together. I'm super passionate about teaching about really being able to energy first. That's the feminine. Let's pay attention to the energy first and let that inform what we're doing, the masculine energy. So the feminine part of this is, what is the energy of whatever it is I want to create or the goal I want to achieve? What is the energy of it? Is how is that going? How am I going to feel when I'm being that? And it has a lot to do with who you're being. And then as far as the masculine aspect of it, what's the inspired action or actions to take to get there? And I promise you, if you tune into that energy on a daily basis and you take the next inspired action, just the one that comes up, you'll take the consistent steps towards that soul goal. And by doing that and make sure you check in all the time with the energy, check in with your heart, drop in and find out, okay, what is that next inspired action? You will stay aligned because the path is not always straight. It's a circuitous path. There's a lot changing in each and every moment. Every choice you make opens up a new set of choices. So why is what you want to create, your soul goal, why is that important? Love to hear what your soul goal is and why that's important. Leave me a comment below. Why is that important to you? When you know why it's important, you know the purpose of it. So there's a great deal of curiosity, and you're going to continue to explore things, but you're going to get the clarity for what's next. Now, I want to bring in this aspect because it's so beautiful. Aditi, the earth goddess, is the goddess of this nakshatra. Now, this is the mother of existence. Aditi, she's present everywhere. She's the mother of the gods and tends to the seeds on which the ground where healthy seeds can eventually bear their fruit. So it's that fertile ground. It's important for you to connect to the earth to fuel and to tend what it is that you are creating, what you're reinventing, what you're recreating. What is the ground, the fertile ground that can really grow in? By you getting your feet on the ground, for me, it's I have a big garden. I'm looking out the window. I have a big garden. I love to be barefoot in my garden. I walk through the forest, down to the beach. I hike in the mountains. I love to get into the natural waters when I can. All this just communing with the earth allows me to feel connected to the pulse of the Shakti of this planet, and fuels my alignment, and it fuels what I am creating. Get in, it's nourishing. Whatever's nourishing for you on a natural level will fuel your goals, your fulfill your soul goals, and the ability to create and recreate. And Aditi rules that amazing, nourishing energy. So this is a great placement, a great new moon for making life changes, career changes, business moves, moving your home, changes in relationship, changes in your beliefs, the way you're doing things, and who you are being, because that is most important, because that's the energy of you, who you are being, and bringing that to what you're doing. Just a moment to touch on the shadow aspect. It's going to be overthinking, and being a little bit too goal oriented. So be careful with that, because the overthinking is distracting and it's keeping you spinning and circling. You're living from here up, and that's keeping you out of your full embodiment. Again, living from your soul down to your soles of your feet, which is actually going to allow you to take the inspired action steps towards creating and recreating what it is for you, but what you're creating for the world, what's good for you, really, truly in alignment for you, you using your divine gifts, is what is actually good for the world too. So it's time for us all to step up and step more into that. If you want more mentorship and support on that, I would be happy to, me and my team would be happy to talk to you about the Solutionary Blueprint, which is my comprehensive program to give you all the tools you need to go deep in and find out what it is that you're here to use your gifts for, or to take, and to take that and how do you move that out into the world, doing all the inner work it takes to be who you need to be, and transcend that into the outer work and stepping forward to create that. And the link is down below for that, for the Solutionary Blueprint. I want to bring to you a couple more of the aspects of this month that are very important. Jupiter is our great visionary in the Sacred Wealth Code Archetype system, our great teacher, the great sage who's behind me. And Jupiter is it's shining its light through aspect on this new moon. So that gives it even more light, and more expansion, more truth. Where Jupiter happens to be in Aquarius, again, in Vedic astrology, it is retrograde right now. We are relooking at some choices, but it is representing, especially where it is in Shadabishak, truth being exposed, truth being revealed, and a deep sense of healing. This is where we find the energy of 1,000 physicians. So we must, look, truth is being revealed. And through the last year, a lot of truths from our past have been revealed, and we've had to sift and sort because there's been a lot of information flying around. But the blinders are coming off, and there is no going back. We can only walk forward, and we must heal our past in order to walk forward. We must do that through our hearts, through our compassion, and we must find a way to do that together. But it's going to be from being aligned with the truth, and Jupiter's here to illuminate that and shining that light on this new moon as well. I do want to invite you to be careful in your relationships because of Mars, Venus, and they're being opposed by Saturn up until the middle of the month. Creates a lot of passion, but it is also, it can create some tension and some miscommunication, and also some disagreements in relationships. So have an open heart and tread lightly in relationships, and stop and listen, slow down. You might feel like you're not getting your needs met, or you have more needs to get met. Take a deep breath. Let's have compassion for everybody. Let's tune into what we can give instead of what we can get so much of. Saturn's going to win this opposition because Saturn is very strong. Saturn is truth or consequences. Either we are walking our truthful path, or we're going to feel the consequences of bumping up against the world. Mars is going to go ahead. The honorable warrior, the engineer, the strategist in the archetype system is going to get strong again. As of the 20th of the month, it'll move into Leo. It'll come into its more leadership position. We're going to feel productive. We're going to get the mojo back, but that's at the middle of the month. Now, also, we want to keep in mind that the sun is in Gemini until the middle of the month, till the 16th. And so, of course, the sun is with the new moon. That's how we have a new moon, sun and moon together. And there's a lot of the things I talked about, Gemini, the curiosity, the mind, and highlighting communication, a lot of sharing of ideas. As it moves into Cancer, we're going to have more of nurturing support. It's going to be more of nurturing of our emotions and bring in some really good stability in order for us to lead more from the heart, more from our devotion. But that's going to be in opposition with Capricorn too. All the planets are walking through this opposition with Capricorn. Back at the beginning of the year, I believe in February, all the planets were with Saturn. So Saturn again is the great, commitment, focus. Let's get down to the truth and let's structure things. And so now we're having some opposition with that. I'll be talking more about that energy as we go forward. It's going to be around for a while. You're also reevaluating what you're committed to and what you're focusing on with the Saturn being so strong in a retrograde. We have a lot of energy. Things are opening up. It's time to get super clear on your direction. I'm excited to hear about that. Again, I really appreciate you liking this, you sharing this with somebody else that could use this information. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. So much love to you.